Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Praying Well. Today we're going to be talking about the surprising and actually wonderful truth of prayer. But before we do that, make sure you hit either the like button, which I think is down below, maybe it's up top, and also you want to make sure you subscribe because that helps us get this video in the hands of more people just like you. So it's January, it's really cold outside. We're recording this and it's about 25 degrees here in northern New Jersey. And I was thinking about this time of the year and what people typically do in their lives. They try to take on a new exercise routine, or maybe they're saving more money, or they're trying to eat more healthily. January and February is that time of year where people are trying to do that. And I was thinking those are all good things to do, and yet there's kind of a barrier of entry with each one of those. You know, let's say I want to exercise. It's cold out. Do I need equipment? Do I want to get a gym membership? Do I need special clothes? I mean, what do I do? Do I exercise by myself or alone? You could say the same thing for your finances. Do you need an app? Do you need to change your routines and your behaviors? Or eating healthy. Do I go organic? Do I just go to the regular grocery store? Do I have to cook differently? Do I cut out the carbs altogether? With each of those habits, there's a barrier of entry. And what's different and surprisingly wonderful about prayer is that the barrier of entry, rather than being up here, is actually almost zero. St. Teresa of Avila, who was a 16th century saint, one of my favorite Carmelite saints, she describes prayer as basically just being in friendship with God. And sometimes that involves talking, and sometimes that involves listening. All it requires is a tiny little sense, a little inkling that God wants you to be with Him, and God wants to be in relationship and friendship with you. So my counsel, my advice typically is don't worry about the barrier of entry. If you have a little sense like maybe I should pray right now, or maybe I should start my day with prayer, maybe I should end my day with prayer, go ahead and do that. Don't be bashful. You don't need any kind of special app. You don't need a really expensive journal. You don't need to think of yourself as a very holy person. All you need is that little inkling inside you, and then you just turn your heart, your head, your hands to God, and you just say those prayers, whatever that prayer might be, whatever it might come to you. So that's really a surprisingly wonderful truth about prayer. The barrier of entry is almost nothing, and you can do it and you can get better at it. Like a muscle, prayer is something that you can actually get very, very good at. So that's it for this week's episode. As always, you can check out more prayer-related resources at my website, MikeSt.Pierre.com. And don't forget about the podcast, also called Praying Well. I'd love for you to listen to that and share it with people that you like. My hope is that next week when we talk again, that you'll be able to say that you had a week where you were really praying well.